light looks like.
I was hoping you switched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was hoping you did. Because you're gonna be blocking the light anyway.
Yeah, I got that air on 70,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not even on.
So it must be nice in here then.
Were you on just now? On your phone? Because there was a person that was up there.
Oh, I think that was me. Yeah.
Oh, that's Sister Alicia. How you doing, cuz?
What's up, cuz? Ask, can you hear? Because we don't know.
Can you hear us, cuz? Text her. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, perfect.
No background music today? I have to get Chad to make you some beats.
Yeah, I forgot to bring that in here. Because somebody did comment that they enjoyed it.
No, it's Kyra.
Dr. K, too.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Kyra.
When you say Kyra, I'm thinking
niece.
Yeah. Loud and clear. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you.
Hey, baby. Hey, Toy Toy.
That's a toy?
Yeah, there I go. There go your Latanya.
Yeah, that's Latanya. Down in the Crescent City.
Okay. You say hey, Devontae. Make sure. Let me get on Facebook as well.
Yeah, I probably need to start doing it on my tablet, going live on Instagram. I actually get more feedback and response on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, than on Facebook. Okay, everyone, we will be getting started here in a few minutes. To tighten it, do like that. To loosen it like that.
Oh, take this off.
Why is the light on?
I have no idea. What did I do? What in the? Okay, it's not on anymore. All right. Oh, that light is not good. That light in the back is not good. Yeah, it's not good at all.
Turn it off.
I need something to clean that lens. Oh, that's much better, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's even brighter. That's just not right.
No, that's for sweat. Okay.
That's your what?
Sweat.
You know, I couldn't scan either, man.
You couldn't what?
I couldn't scan those.
Scan what?
The lottery. It didn't work on my phone either.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to clean this. Any better? Yeah. Okay, it's better.
Brother Toby is in.
Hey, Toe.
Brother Toby, the gospel singer.
I wonder why it always says slow connection on Facebook. Hey, my daughter-in-law. That's just your girlfriend.
Oh, Jasmine. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Jasmine. Well, everybody, we're gonna get started in a few minutes here, a few moments. We're just gonna give folks a chance to jump on. Tonight, we're continuing to talk about family and community, and tonight we're gonna talk about education and its impact on family and on community. How important, how vital it is. Sometimes we don't talk about it enough, or we don't have deep or meaningful conversations about it. We just kind of touch on it. So we want to jump into it a little bit tonight. And I want to, of course, hear your feedback and get your insight and experience on this. Do me a favor as well. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, follow the channel, and go back and make comments. I think sometimes we think by commenting in the chat that we are making comments on the actual episode, but you have to go into the episode outside of the chat and make a comment. Like, hey, like the information, stimulating conversation, whatever it is you felt about the conversation. Go back and make comments. Once again, getting back to that algorithm, the algorithm looks at those comments. It looks at, the subscribers, the followers, the likes. Make sure you like, because as you do that, you get comments you get, your subscription, of course, likes, follows. It tells YouTube to send that out to other people to take a look at. People may have done a search on, family and community, keywords, education. So the search engine optimization goes out and find people who have been searching on things like that, and it'll send our podcast link to them and send that episode to them. And they review that. And then, of course, it causes the channel to grow. So I appreciate you going in and subscribing, liking, following. And please forgive my voice tonight. I'm getting over a bug that hit me last week and really starting to feel better over the past couple of days. So my voice is finally starting to come back.
So we have Keena. Hey, Keena. Good evening. Hey, Rhea. What's happening? Hey, sis. Hey, cousin Gail. Who else I missed on here? Shawan from West View.
Yeah.
Hey, Shawan. How y'all doing this lovely evening?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Yes. A couple more minutes. We're going to get started. Won't time on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
You had a good day?
Short weekend.
You had a good day?
It was interesting.
Interesting.
It was very, very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. And my day was very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. What about yours?
Yeah, it was interesting as well. Okay. I see Rhea said finally able to relax. Okay.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Hi, Rashida. Hey.
Hello.
What's up, Dutch? D-Day Dutch on the 1 and 2. Chicka.
That's Che Dutch, okay?
DJ Dutch.
That's Che Dutch.
DJ Dutch. What's happening? What's up, Dr. K? Hey. How you doing? Hey, Trina. Hello. Thank you so much.
Hello.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, everyone. Let's get started. Our discussion tonight, of course, we're continuing with family and community. And tonight we want to focus on education and how education has impacted our community, whether it's in a positive light or a negative light. And we need to think about some of these aspects and how we can engage our community.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember my kids were young, even before I had kids. I was working for Boys and Girls Clubs and was, highly active and engaged in the lives of the kids who came to the club, right? Because I went to the schools, recruited them, went in the neighborhoods around the club in Baton Rouge, in New Orleans, recruited kids, recruited their families, their parents. And, lo and behold, I was an advocate at the schools that my kids went to, helping with different programs, fundraisers. You know, some kids didn't have parents who were active and engaged. So I would go and go to, teacher parent conference nights to support the children at those events.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I got many lessons from that. So I was well prepared and well positioned when it was time for my kids to go to school. So I'm at the school, I'm having lunch with my kids once a week, sitting down at those little tables with my long legs, sitting there eating with
Little
them.
bitty chairs.
Yeah, the little chairs. The teachers, administration, get to know me, getting to see me, volunteering to help out with certain projects that they had at the school. And all of that kind of activity uh, increases the value, if you will, of the school and of the community, parents being involved. A lot of times, our children are not doing well in school and grade schools because we don't have that kind of parental support
Mm.
that they need. The administration, the teachers, they feel isolated, feel like they're at odds with the family, with the parents, with the community at large. And there's some things we can do to change those types of environments and improve our schools, our children's learning and academic pursuits. So, doing some research, I just looked at how across the country in different communities, how educational support in certain communities, some that are doing very well, some schools that are failing miserably. And
Mm.
the data doesn't lie, my brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. The stats do not lie. The schools that are doing very well in communities are the ones where the parents are highly engaged, highly involved.
Yeah.
I'm working in a school now in a community, and the parents are there in the morning, dropping those kids off.
Oh, sorry.
They're there coming by to have lunch, bringing them lunch, just coming by to get a hug, to say hello. And then, of course, they're there in the afternoon to pick them up. If the parents can't do it, of course, they got a close family member, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle coming by to, let those children know that they're supported at the school. So active family and community involvement, according to
Mm.
the statistics, the data, it improves academic performance. It improves attendance.
Mm.
It improves behavior.
Say that one more
Did
time.
I say
baby.
that right? Behavior.
You said
It
it right.
improves behavior.
Yeah.
And it also improves the social climate at the school. And it improves the reputation of the school. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you improve the reputation of a school, you get community support. You get local businesses who want to come in and sponsor and donate and support those particular schools. All right. Now, of course, we know in some communities, parents, we talked about this on our first episode, single parents. We got some single parents, mothers out there working 2, 3 jobs. They can't be there. They're trying to make ends meet, trying to put a roof over their children's heads. They're trying to, make sure they have food, clothing, all of those different things. And that's why I wanted to start with that first, how important, that nuclear family environment and atmosphere is for our children to succeed in so many different ways, whether that's education, whether that's socially, or whether that's, in the arts, athletics, all of those things. We need our parents to be highly engaged.
Yeah.
So, building strong families, the data says, according to Hanover Research, uh, when you have strong families in a community, it makes the school strong and it builds a strong partnership where the community, the business community, they see this as an opportunity to strengthen what they're doing in the community. Because what happens if they're supporting, they may be hiring young people to come and work for them, and it makes it a lot easier for them to hire students in a certain community because they're involved, they're supporting that school, they're engaged with sponsorship at that school, even volunteer hours, having their workers come and
Yeah.
volunteer at the school. So when a student from those schools come and say, hey, I'm looking for a summer job, looking for a part-time gig to raise money for this, that, and the other, those local partnerships will get involved and hire our kids to work, where they get experience working and all those different benefits that come with it. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this, how important it is for us to be active and engaged. And sometimes I marvel at, my level of involvement with my kids when they were younger, because I had a lot of stuff going on. I was pastoring a church. I had a couple of entrepreneurial um, businesses that I was, actively working. I was working in media at the time and publishing, so we were traveling quite a bit. But I made sure that I was at, teacher parent conference. I made it to the
Mm-hmm.
T-ball games. I made sure I kept my lunch appointments to have lunch with my kids. All of those different things. It's a lot of work, but hey, that's what we sign up for when we have kids, right? We got to put this work in.
And the kids, when they see their parents coming through that door,
It increases performance, like
yeah,
the data says. It
yeah.
increases the performance. So let's look at the broader scope, if you will, of creating well-being for our kids academically. Education empowers our children, right? Especially women, to break the poverty cycle. I was looking at this story in Time magazine,
Mm-hmm.
where they were in Kenya in Africa, and they were looking at single mothers in Kenya. Because at this time there was, civil unrest. There was war going on. Competing villages. So there were a lot of widowed and single mothers in Kenya. And from what they were able to deduce from the research that they did in Kenya, that the mothers who were able to go to school through different community-based uh, projects, community-based programs, those mothers, their children were healthier,
Mm.
they had better health, better food, source food for the children. Of course, there was increased income compared to other women who did not have an opportunity to further their education, get some sort of training as a nurse's aide. There was a number of different positions that they talked about for the education for these women in Kenya. And they were able to pay and send their kids to better schools. And it started with an opportunity for better education. Now, of course, that applies anywhere in the world. This is just one article that I read in Time magazine that showed that, hey, if it can be done in Kenya, it's definitely, well, it's being done in
It's been
America,
done here, huh?
but it definitely can be done in America, right? In our community. So there is hope.
Mhm.
The other thing, there was another article I read talking about programs like Head Start.
Mhm.
The kids who actually attend Head Start, it boosted their long-term outcomes. It improved high school graduation. The kids who went to Head Start compared to the kids who did not go to Head Start actually graduated at higher rates from high
Hmm.
school.
Hmm.
Why? Because they're getting a head start
Yeah.
on education. They're getting an academic head start. Also, it improved college attendance. So the kids who went to Head Start compared to the kids who didn't generally went to college at a higher clip, a higher rate than those who did not go to a Head Start program. Now, there's a couple things. Now, I want you to, of course, jump in with your comments, any questions that you may have, the experiences that you have. Please jump in. We want to be able to share those as well. But I was able to take a look at some strategies. Teen Vogue had a great article. A couple of other research organizations, I had a chance to take a look at some of the research that they did. And community school model is uh, a big thing in certain communities around the country. And these strategies are designed to overcome poor performing schools and strengthen community ties. So, full service community schools, they act as hubs offering academics, health, social services, mental health care, adult learning, meals, and safe spaces, all in one location. Okay, so these schools, this model that's being set up in certain cities uh, around the country, they're putting in healthcare services, mental health programs to help those kids and to help their families in those communities. And what they're learning from the data, remember the data, the statistics don't lie. Once these community school models have been introduced, they're seeing an uptick in kids' attendance, their academic performance, uh, their mental health, their social skills are increasing, speech is increasing because, of course, a number of our kids have speech challenges, speech impediments. Uh, and excuse me, let's not get started with COVID in 2020, how so many of our kids are behind now because of that. And so many of our kids are dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety that so many of us before them did not have to deal with. And sometimes we look at them and say, oh, they just need to, get it together. They need to focus this, that, and the other. No, that was a traumatic event that took place.
Yeah.
It was trauma that our young people have to deal with. And we have to figure out a way to overcome that. And there are a lot of communities around the country who are putting programs in place, community-based modeling, where there's healthcare on site at the school.
At the school.
There's safe places created for the kids at the school to be able to go and vent and share what they're feeling and have someone there to support them with empathy, with compassion, with love, all of those things. Now, these are not things that we normally think about when we think about school.
Right.
We think about just going to school, sitting in a classroom, listening to a teacher, lecture, teach, whatever the case may be, and, taking tests, going home with homework. But our schools have to be so much more than that because times have changed. We live in modern times now, and we can't continue to use archaic strategies, if you will, tactics, if we want to see change take place. So schools that integrate health services and enrichment like dental care or therapy, there are schools around the country that have therapists on campus. They have dental care, dental hygienists on campus. Okay.
Wow.
They are seeing a yield of impressive social and economic returns, up to $15 in benefits per $1 spent. So, a lot of times we think, oh, this is going to cost money. This is so expensive. We're going to have to go to the government. We're going to have to do this, that, or the other. And I'm seeing the research and community engagement where these schools and these groups of schools, these public schools, charter schools, even some private institutions, private grade schools, they are able to finance this through local community partnerships. We don't think about it, But I can remember, and I hope Che Dutch remembers this when he was going to Boys and Girls Club when he was young. We would have our annual Boys and Girls Club week celebration, and I would go and knock on the door at Shoney's. A lot of people here are not familiar with Shoney's, a chain restaurant in several pockets around the country. I don't even know if Shoney's is still open.
I think the one, and yeah, it's still open.
It's still open. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I go to the one right there on the West Bank Expressway and say, hey, look, it's that time of year. We got, 120 kids. We're celebrating Boys and Girls Club Week. We need you to donate desserts. And they would bring in, just all of these cakes and pies. One of the parents was the general manager for Popeyes. He worked directly for Al Copeland. And I think he had 3 kids. And he would supply us with, 200 pieces of fresh fried chicken. He'd make sure it's fresh and deliver that chicken. We'd have chicken. So I'm going to all of these local businesses and saying, hey, this Boys and Girls Club, we're doing good work. We got kids, we're getting them off the street. We're getting them out of these communities that are drug infested and violence and all of those sorts of things. And they're improving in school. They're doing a lot of things. So we need you to come and support us. And the community would come out and support us, and we would have everything that we needed every single year. And they would stay in touch with us. Oh, do you guys need any supplies, paper, crayons, pencils, books, whatever the case may be, and support us. But it starts with us going out and taking that initiative.
It's funny you said that because Toya has a family member. He owns a restaurant, Chicken's Kitchen in Gretna. And for the summer, this man gave free food to children.
And they need it over the summer because a lot of them are not getting food over the summer.
Exactly.
They get their food at school, the whole time they're at school.
Shout out to Chicken's Kitchen. I forgot your cousin's name, Toya. But
Toya, put that in the chat for us, Toya.
It was all over
the restaurant,
at home.
Yeah, the restaurant, the address, or if you even have the web address. Yeah, we need to support those types of programs. So let me give you just a couple more things before we have Michelle jump in with her moment. Community engagement in Midland, Texas. The parental involvement in Midland, Texas, employer support, the PTAs, after-school programs, and internships have created a supportive ecosystem around the schools in Midland. And this started taking place a few years ago, and the data has come out of how that has impacted that entire school district with this community engagement program. There's another program called the Promise Neighborhoods Initiative, and it works. It's designed, the vision is from cradle to career. So in this program, the infrastructure and the environment that they have set up, it starts to expose the kids to career opportunities. Because there's something I want to get to, because sometimes we think the only way you're going to have success is you have to go to college, and that just is not the case. Some of the wealthiest people in the world did not go to college. Some of them didn't even finish high school, but they had a vision.
Yeah,
they had a skill, a trade that they were able to apply. And I used to tell our church all the time, you get paid for the problems you solve.
Wow.
That's what you get paid for. If you can solve a problem, I don't care what kind of education you got. If you can solve a problem for someone, you will get paid. You will get rewarded for solving that problem. Of course, attorneys solve legal problems, right? Doctors solve health problems. Plumbers solve plumbing problems. Roofers solve roof problems. Painters solve paint problems. I mean, there's just a lot of problems that need to be solved. And we have to figure out what we have a passion for, what we're good at, what we're interested in, and figure out how we can solve problems for people with that passion. So there was a grassroots effort in Idaho that it's called Read, Talk, Play. And it's a model that boosted preschool access and kindergarten readiness, showing the power of local initiative even without state funding. And basically, one of your colleagues asked me to come and read at her
At her
child's
child's
school,
school,
right?
yeah.
Basically, what this problem is community members coming into a school, reading to the children, uh, talking to them, and modeling by playing with them certain success topics, right? And reading a book to the kids and talking to the kids about the content in that book and what that looks like in real life is
Mhm.
making major waves and differences in the state of Idaho. That's something simple that we all can do, right?
Yeah.
These grassroots efforts are just critical. And there's just so much more that I looked at and I said, you know what, there's no way I'm going to be able to go into all of that. However, I want to say this before we get off. We need to talk about the value of trade schools.
Mm.
We need to talk about how important that is. Um, our kids can get a trade,
Yeah.
plumbing, HVAC, um, roofing, carpentry,
Electrical, carpentry.
electrical, all of those
Wow.
things. And those guys and girls make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah.
We got kids going to school, getting into debt and getting jobs, where they're not even able to pay their student loans back, excuse me. But if you love working with your hands, or you feel that you're, not um, college material, if you will, even though I will continue to stress, I believe every child should spend at least 2 years on a college campus, university campus. It's life changing. You get a chance to see universal thoughts and ideals. You get to sit in class with people from all over the country, all over the world, and you might even find your mate in that environment, someone your partner that you can spend the rest of your
Uh-huh.
life with. And it's just a life changing experience. Now, not all are going to do that, and I
Mhm.
understand, but you can get a good trade and start a good career, build a family, be an integral part of your community. Military is a great option. So many of us use the military to change our circumstance, to
Yeah.
to go to school, to be able to buy a home, and all of those sorts of things. So we want to make sure we think outside. There's a program in Texas. They've spent $13 million on an apprenticeship advantage
Wow.
initiative,
Wow.
and it trains students in trades like plumbing and electrical work, offering paid training, benefits, and strong job prospects.
13 what?
13 million. Of course, that's not a lot of money for the state of Texas. It's a huge state. That's not a lot of money. But,
Yeah.
you know, all of these states have money, that they're misappropriating, misusing.
Yeah.
We need to get the right people in office where we can design programs like that, where we're training our kids, we're getting them off the streets. They can have hope, not thinking they have to, be doing illegal things to
Yeah.
build a good
Yeah.
life for
Yeah.
themselves. So there's so much more I can get into, but for time's sake, we're going to stop there. We've been on how long? 33 minutes. I see a number of folks have jumped into the chat,
Go back to
and yeah,
the.
we're gonna get into that. I see my fraternity brother Kenneth Taylor on here.
Hey, look in it.
Yeah, okay, all right, Q. Now, what we're gonna do before we get into the chat and your questions, your comments, your experience, we have this moment with my wife Michelle. She's gonna come in and share a thought of the day and inspire us for a moment before we close out.
Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you guys again for tuning in. On another note, I just want to just ask one simple question, just to kind of change the atmosphere a little bit. I know last time we talked about what's your happy place, what makes you happy, and where. Could it be in your home, on vacation? A couple people said sipping Mai Tais and margaritas and, with the grandbabies. We had a couple of those last week. So now I want to ask about what is your comfort food? That's the kind of day I had. I need my comfort food. Yeah.
Comfort food.
Yeah.
Did you have comfort food today?
I didn't.
Okay.
That's
So you're looking for that
probably
tonight?
no.
No. Okay. Because it's kind of late.
It's late. Yeah. So what would be your comfort food? What makes you comfortable? Myself, I'm really simple. I'm a pasta chick. I like pasta. What else, babe? What I like to make me comfortable, happy.
You like appetizers?
Oh yeah, I go to the
You
restaurant and
like
order a whole
appetizers?
bunch of stuff.
So for those who know Michelle, if you decide you want to take her out to eat somewhere, just make sure you got your coins up because she's gonna order 10 things on the menu. Okay, and 8 of them are going to be appetizers,
Yeah.
and 2 of them are going to be entrees. She will get 2, 3 entrees. So be
But
prepared.
the good thing is we
Hmm.
have food for what, at least 2 days.
That's the way you see it, right?
Because
Okay.
I'm not a big eater like at a
Mhm.
restaurant. I will nibble on different things, but I like to take food home and get in the middle of the bed. And I know Toya and I, when we working at Richmond Housing Authority, we would make the mistake of going to, and Toby as well. What was the name of that Thai restaurant, Toby, Toya? We knew we should not go to this restaurant on at lunch. We would eat so much food, and when we go back to work, guess what?
Trying to take a nap.
He is nodding.
Mhm.
Sawadi. Thanks, Toby. I told you. Man, my poor friend was choking at the place, and I was still eating. I mean, hey, I love you, Toby. I checked. I did ask the people that work there, is he okay? Pasta and seafood. Yep, yep. Steak and cake. Steak and cake. Wait.
Somebody said steak and
Steak
cake.
and cake, Jazz. Okay.
Steak and cake.
Steak and cake.
What do you
kind
get? Where do you get steak and cake? Where do you get that?
I guess she cooked. JoJo probably cooking a steak and she baking the cake. I don't know.
Steak and cake. Okay.
That's different.
Yeah.
Steak and cake. Okay. All right. Appetizer. Okay. She love a variety. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yoshi's.
Oh.
Toya said she came across a picture. Y'all had dinner at Yoshi's.
Oh, we didn't. It was probably old. Oh, you and I probably. Oh, yeah. Girl, we used to go to Yoshi's and tear it down.
Yeah.
Right before a concert, we would sit there and eat and get our little, adult beverage, and it was time for the concert. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Comfort food?
Yeah.
Comfort
Dr.
food.
K?
What would be my comfort food?
Sweets.
Sweets would be a comfort food.
Sweets. Anything sweet.
Well, anybody who knows me knows my favorite restaurant is Houston's. The Houston's family of restaurants. Everything on the menu is good, in my opinion. You can't go wrong, no matter what that is. So I love the crab cakes. They finally came back to the location on the Embarcadero in San Francisco. But that spinach and artichoke dip, that is the best thing in the world in terms of what they do and how they do that.
What we get, babe, when we go there? What's our normal?
When we go to Houston's, well, it's Hillstone.
Yeah.
In San Francisco, we get the smoked salmon, the grilled artichokes, of course, the spinach and artichoke dip, and you get that kale salad.
I love that kale salad.
And then we'll usually get
if the crab cakes are there.
The crab cakes, the grilled fish.
Yeah.
Sometimes a hamburger, you'll get a hamburger.
Sometimes I'll be in the mood for a hamburger. Just a half. I can only eat half though.
Yeah. Or the Hawaiian steak, something like that.
Yeah. And then we have leftovers to bring home.
Yeah.
Because we've eaten so many appetizers.
And the coleslaw at Houston's.
Oh yeah.
The coleslaw is the best in the world.
Toby said his comfort food is potato chips. What kind of potato chips? Dr. K says braised short ribs.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
That sounds delicious. That sounds really, really delicious. I know, just to recap, what is it? Toya Supreme, the restaurant that we were talking about that feeds the kids in the summertime. It's Chicken's Kitchen, and it's in Gretna, Louisiana. If you guys are ever in Louisiana on the West Bank, please visit and support Chicken's Kitchen. I mean, he opened up his doors for the entire summer, feeding kids for the summer. And that was just an awesome gesture. And, I pray many blessings, many blessings upon him because he didn't have to do it.
Okay, let's get to the chat. See what Dr. K said. It takes a village. Definitely.
Yeah.
It takes an entire community. It takes a village.
Yeah.
Um,
And money.
oh, yeah.
Definitely money for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. Absolutely necessary. Toby.
Yeah.
Not sure what he was referring to on that. And Toya said, I love that. Not
When you were
exactly
talking
sure.
about